If an initiation is a blessed experience, however, don't expect to just finish the ceremony and go back to your regular life and you just have all this spiritual prowess or what have you, and you're just this spiritual giant. This isn't about like guaranteed wealth, prosperity, success, and all of these transformative experiences, getting the love of your life and you being healthy and so forth and so on. Those things can come and they probably will come if you work within the tradition in a rightful way. But that's not what Ifa initiation is about. So if you're going into it for those reasons, don't do it because it's not going to guarantee you anything. It's about higher level connectivity, protection, spiritual insight, and wisdom. Sometimes you are going to feel like a much deeper level of spiritual empowerment once you go through this process. Some people won't, all right? Everybody's experience is different. Once you go through initiation, understand that you then have higher level responsibilities, okay? Especially if you were not working with the hand of Ifa beforehand, so you weren't feeding Ifa, if you had not received any taboos or anything like that. Even so, the taboos that you received when you got your hand of Ifa could possibly change a bit once you go ahead and do full-on initiation. Either way, you've kind of gotten into that groove beforehand of following taboos, possibly depending on what your taboos were. If it was something like that didn't like make a difference to you, it's not a big deal. Like, for me, one of my taboos is not to eat snake, and there's nothing that I'd ever went to go and try to do, right? Possibly I've eaten it before in something and I didn't know about it, but I've never went anywhere searching out snake. So that's a taboo that is completely easy for me to follow. However, I think I told you this before. Fish, that became a taboo for me. And that's difficult for me to this day because I love fish, but I can't eat fish. So, those are things to think about. You have to be ready for that reality because you don't know what your taboos are going to be when you get initiated. So you should not you can't go to anybody rather and just say, well, what is it that I won't be able to do? Because you're not going to know until that process. And then once you know, like you go and you violate it, it's much worse on you because then you're going to experience the challenges related to you violating those taboos to a whole nother level because okay? Obviously, walking in gentle character, you are going to be expected to walk at a much higher level because now you have the spiritual discipline. Well, I won't say discipline, the spiritual tools and resources that you need to walk that walk much better than you did before, right? As the expression goes, too much whom is given, much is required. So that's how it goes. Like, don't go and get initiated and just feel like you can live any kind of way. And of course, you're going to continue the ritual processes if you want to maintain the energy behind your initiation. So it's not just you go and get initiated and you never have to do another Ifa reading and you never have to give any more sacrifices or offerings. Instead, you're actually expected to do it more so than just a regular devotee. Also, the results will unfold over time. Ifa initiation is a blessed experience. However, don't expect to just, finish the ceremony and go back to your regular life and you just have all this spiritual prowess or what have you, and you're just this spiritual giant. No, usually it's going to, take its time to unfold and do its thing. And it will work if you are working it. Again, you have to follow taboos. You have to be disciplined. You have to walk in e-repellent.